Hi, good afternoon, good morning. Sorry, I'm a little late. I'm a minute plus out from my schedule. Sorry about that. Um, Actually, आज थोड़ा switch हो रहा है. There are some new things that are going on. Basically, आज salad नहीं बन रहा है. Because I am so we had a good producer meeting. In fact, they made me lunch. I just stuffed myself with some crazy mushroom cheese and pasta. भाई ये फिरंगी लोग बहुत सही खाना बनाते हैं. I'm telling you. I'm sorry to bring this up, if you didn't understand what I just said, what I said was that this food. No wonder we Indians have taken food from all over the world and just made it our own. मतलब चाइनीज का चिंजाबी बना दिया, सब पूरा पर्शियन खाना ले लिया, बिरयानी से लेके सब. हमारा कुछ नहीं है, पता है. इडली डोसा हमारा है शायद. आई थिंक dosa is ours. So today's conversation is actually next steps, and I wanted to share a couple of ideas with you what's happening, and I want you to please share with me your ideas. So if you've just joined me now, please come say hi. So I know that you've joined in the stream. I'll wait for कुछ ऐसा कोई conversation नहीं है. It's just an open air conversation and chat with all of you about what to do next. So one is the salad thing, which I have really enjoyed, and I will carry on. I have more salads to make, more things to show you. मैं और experiments करूँगा. I want to do some things with dried, sun-dried, dehydrated. I have not started sourdough. करेंगे, कुछ करेंगे धीरे धीरे करके. पर पहले before that, I should know that you guys are here. Hey man, what's up? Akshay, hi. Good afternoon. Sorry bro, आज दुनिया में सब change है. आज मैं सैलड नहीं बना रहा हूँ. आज हम करेंगे एक कॉन्वर्सेशन विच इज गोइंग टू होपफुली बी अबाउट. कुछ नहीं है. आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू रीएवैल्यूएट एंड आई वुड लाइक all of you, maybe you can, I'll start with you, what to do next with this entire thing. So I have always been doing salads, and it was just so happened that I said let's put it all together into some kind of this multi-camera live streaming setup thing, which should hopefully be portable. So now I'm talking about how to get this commercially viable as an experience. क्योंकि अभी future क्या है? See, actually today's topic of conversation, salad मैं इसलिए नहीं बना रहा हूँ because I have eaten and I'm totally stuffed. I just had a wonderful mushroom and cheese pasta. There were 3 or 4 types of mushrooms. There was pasta. I'm telling you, bro, the food that these people make from outside India, they just have some tricks. And I had something interesting first time in my life today. What was this? It's called it's a mushroom, yaar. Yaar, it's like the costliest food in the world. I just keep forgetting it. They used to use pigs to find it. Yes, I'm not making this up. It's a kind of a mushroom which they use. Trees के नीचे उगता है. I shit, yaar, I'm forgetting about it. उसका oil था basically in that. So it was a new experience. I've never eaten this before. It's apparently the costliest food on this planet. One of the costliest food. क्योंकि मिलता मुश्किल है. उसको discover, it goes. It's like on the tip of my tongue. The name. It happens, right? Memory is strange that way. So anyway, so these lectures where I make this salad and I go about discovering new ways of entertaining you, whether it is through this so-called shifting of scenes. ये मैं ना इसका idea engage करने का है. But I think this can become a valuable thing if I get more feedback. So please share with me what you think can be done with this show. इसको मैं और क्या इसमें क्या कर सकता हूँ और गेस्ट लेके आऊँ किसी चीज़ में. What is it that you want to hear about, talk about? What I have a pretty wide range of interesting people I've had a chance to bump into. Okay, let me give you an example. Within the next 1 or 2 years, in fact 2026 is when what this boy told me, we will be sending the first privately funded rocket to लो अर्थ, लियो जिसको कहते हैं, लो अर्थ ऑर्बिट. वहां तक तो हो चुका है, हम पहुंच चुके हैं, बट हम शायद जीरो ग्रेविटी तक लेके जा पाएंगे, विच इज क्वाइट अ बिग डील. माइली साइरस जहां होके आई थी, that kind of a thing will be done by a non-billionaire. It's just a small privately funded bunch of people in Surat. This boy is telling me this with his blue eyes, twinkling eyes, you know, space में जाएंगे हम. I'm sorry, that's how we all grew up. हम जब छोटे थे तो space was a new thing, unexplored. Internet नहीं था इतना. We didn't have access to information like what we have today. You know, I asked yesterday Perplexity, how do you know that the sources of your information are accurate? शट डाउन हो गया उसका, बस बस गुरुजी बस, आई लॉग. So I do this. I love to put these machines up against, and once you reach this stage, you will realize that they will begin to echo back what you already know. The knowledge is pretty much there. It's just a matter of bringing it. Truffles, my man. Exactly. तो आज मैंने ट्रफल खाया पहली बार. मैंने ट्रफल का ना बटर फ्लेवर कुछ खाया था पहले, and I think it was nice. I was not quite sure, but today I actually had the oil of this truffle mushroom. And it's very difficult to source, and that's why it's expensive. I don't think so. I think it's expensive because rich people used to eat it. That's the psyche of food. Demand supply ऐसे create किया जाता है. When you see rich people holding an iPhone, you want an iPhone. Anyway, so human psychology is the bottom line. Okay, this is the conversation of today. Types of businesses. Akshay, you love this. You spent 22 years in the army. So you've seen a single business. The business is of protection of land. Udhar, that area jahan jhanda laga hai, that belongs to us. No question. You have a problem? Bring your gun, bring your knife, bring your punch. That's a single business. No, don't. I hope you don't feel bad about it. I didn't mean it from the emotionally deteriorating word that business means. What it actually means is busyness. How busy you are. So you are busy with protecting land. There are two other kinds of businesses. The first is a business of creation. So IVF sits on the border of that creation and trade. The two other businesses are creation and trade. So somebody creates food, somebody takes that food and gives it to the consumer. Somebody creates oil or takes out the oil, somebody delivers it to the end. So these two people have two very different objectives in their mind. For to give case in point, the flowers, जो flowers का exchange है Rotterdam में. Sorry, आज I'm not cooking something. Tell you what, cooking and listening to you is fun. You can have theme-based, content-rich episodes. Maybe guests you'll. So what is happening is this curating problem. You know what is the problem? I can just sign up with you and start having a chat with you. This is what I want. I don't think there is any guest who is dying to come to this podcast and I have Samir's audience will want to listen. Nobody wants to listen to anybody. I'm so grateful that you have the patience to listen to me. Thank you. But honestly speaking, what I want to talk to you is you. Because what is happening is we are not getting a chance to communicate ideas. So yesterday I saw a film of 1990s where Infosys ka canteen ka photo videos dikhaya. Not a single mobile phone. People are sitting and talking, and you can feel that there are connections there. So this mobile phone that we have, it's a great thing. It's a great tool. It's a wonderful hammer. But we have all fallen in love with it. And children are the ones who are taking the beating of it. They are losing touch of reality. तुमने वो वीडियो देखा होगा where this person asks ChatGPT, what if you were the devil and you had come down to destroy humanity, what would you do? And he says, I would invent the phone, the internet, ChatGPT, and make humans think that the real world is what they are seeing on the phone. तुमको पता है अक्षय, when you have seen a young cadet, you were a young cadet, and then you must have seen a young cadet. The gap, the transformation that happens in a boy's mind. You should see the photographs of what happened to Abraham Lincoln when he became the president and when the war ended 4 years later. Or 14 years later. I think 14 years later, right? His face, he looks like some ancestor. So this whole number of cycles, it's like sabun, ghis jate hain. Yeah. So we need to protect this. That's what the movie is, where Will Smith says, what if you have a dream, you have to protect it. And I'm like thinking, protect it. Protect it. If I have a dream, I should protect it. Protect it from what exactly? From yourself. Because you are the one who's stopping your dream from becoming a reality. You have believed that it's just a dream. I'm so sorry if I'm telling you this. So this is the conversation, this is the line of attack that I want to have. Humans need a cleanup between our ears. We don't need the phones to entertain us. We need people to entertain us. ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है ना ऑडियो विजुअल कंटेंट का, जो रील्स हैं, ये बहुत पावरफुल मीडियम है. आउट ऑफ आवर 5 अवेलेबल सेंसरी इनपुट्स, 2 of them get immediately zapped because of this. And it's actually audio because it's the number one sensory input. We have 4 transcoding mechanisms. Sorry, listen to this, you love this. We have 4 data parts that go. By the way, for the rest of you, if you come here, please say hi. So I know you've joined in the stream. I'm here not making salad because I'm stuffed. आप तो ऐसे भी खाओगे नहीं मेरे साथ salad. So give me some tips on what I can do with this show. I mean, I have my notes in front of me. I have a lot of things to talk to you about. If you trigger me on something, I think I can come up with some very interesting thoughts and ideas. I've been very fortunate to meet some phenomenal people. I am not making this up. It's just pure providence. And I think I met them, collected what I had to, so I could tell you what's going on. I don't think you know about Israel. Do you know? Have you met an Israeli? Do you know an Israeli? I'm not. Maybe Akshay might still know. If you have traveled, you will know. If you've done business with a Jew, you don't know them. And Jews and Israelis are two different people. So anyways, I can talk about stories all day long, but this is about trying to bring change. It's social impact. That if I had a lecture going on and you were attending this lecture would be called I want to impact. The name of this lecture is I want to impact. I don't know, it could be impact my own life, my neighbor's life, now my neighbor's garden, my neighbor's wife. I don't know, it's you, man. I have my own problems to resolve. So, and my problems are none. Except this fact that you don't bring people with you. When you come to my lecture, bring friends with you. This is about combined see, this is the collaboration that humans are known for. History, across history. If any other animal would start to write a journal about this animal like we do, they would write these things. Phenomenally creative, so entertaining, so unique. Each one of them is unique and so stupid. They want to spend money on something which is so irrelevant. Money is such a wonderful creation they have made. I'm not trying to judge the human species. Imagine we've got everything on this planet from food, water, air, and yet we are fighting over, and somebody created countries. And it's not philosophy, it's the idea of living together. So it's the collaborative thought that I'm trying to drive us towards. Because I'll tell you, when I go out into the market as a respectable individual, I am basically a entitled Mali. A Mali is a gardener. So I'm a entitled gardener who can speak in English, and so he's dangerous. And they're not wrong. I can be very dangerous, but I choose not to because I want to share love. I am not trying. The idea here is to create, and if you can create it together, I'm telling you, if you've not experienced making something together, you have missed out on a huge human collaborative experience. It could just be barbecue. A bunch of you sit together, friends. You have to understand how trust comes from. You can't just be sitting with your boss and your boss's ex-wife, and are you trying to understand these social political angles don't work? That today will be something and then tomorrow morning when we are in our suits will be something. The psychology of respecting your boss or something will remain up to a point. After that, so making food together, I'll suggest that in the forces, they have these ideas where the Jawans and the officers meet each other. This intermingling of social classes and thought models. It happens across all governance structures. The IAS has to go through this. These training, everybody has to go through it. But it is not something that is taught to build us, children in general. It used to be taught. The Spartan boys and girls were taught this for the longest time. Everybody was taught this. Shishya, when you used to go to for education, archery was one of the things they used to teach. Doctors would learn archery. Like he's going to go hunt a rabbit or something. What the fuck is he? Sorry, I can't use profanity. I'm sorry. What is he going to do with his bow and arrow? Who is what? Where will he need it? It's not about what he will use it for. It's about his own internal discipline, because it requires focus, stamina, endurance. So many parts of it are basically lifestyle choices. So coming back to the point, case in hand, the idea of creating content is not what is driving me here. I will still make salads. We will still chat. I'll have non-stop bucker for you. But I want you to tell me, what do you want to talk about? I will do some research. I'll bring up stuff. If there is someone worth talking to, I'll bring that up. But there's a collaborative approach to an impact that needs to be created. If you agree with me, welcome to this class. It's not my class, it's a class of action. It's about what we want to achieve. So it could be anything. You do it, I do it, we do it. Goal karna hai. The ball has to cross the net. So I think it's a good approach to it. I've had tremendous failure with this tremendous failure with these ideas. And I have been told on my face that you are awful. You are a radioactive element. Truth be told, I'm a little proud of that. But yeah, so I'm not trying to glorify this. I'm just trying to share with you. If you're here, you are part of the football team. Let me tell you, the ball's going to come to you sometime. So you better kick it well, hopefully in that direction. The goal is there. Don't kick me. Yeah, it's a difficult concept for everybody to appreciate. Those of us who have lived in such collaborative vertical channel structures like the Forge, they tend to appreciate it easy. But where I live in this particular environment, there are 134 homes where there are 134,000 personalities. So you can imagine what happens during Ravan season. Everybody Ravan comes out, 10 of them. So it's like a very busy area here. And Ravan season comes every weekend. No, I'm just pulling you out. I'm making it sound worse than what it is, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, why the hell are you trying to kill people? And there has to be some underlying story behind something, right? Wars are not done by humans. They're human. There are singular 5, 6, 1%. There's a very interesting thing. 1% of humanity. Charles Haru, hi, what's up, Brazil? You're from Brazil. Brazil. There's a song called Brazil, right? That was a hit song during the time when I used to be able to groove, to be honest. If I try jumping on too much, I might just crack a rib or something now. Welcome, Charles Haru. Brazil is far. It must be quite late there. What time is it there? It might be like a different day there. 3 days, something like that. There apparently is this line. See, this is what science has done. It has created. You know what was today morning? I sent my WhatsApp group. By the way, if you guys are not with me on my WhatsApp community, please come and join. It's a mailing list. I'm the only admin. I don't have any forwards, no good morning, no bullshit. I only talk about some good, interesting research that I'm kind of putting together. It's quick, it's crisp, it's fast. Or you can get onto my Substack. That's my email. Choose, but stay closer to me because this channel is not where I get a chance to share with you what is going on. This is just pretty much a platform for this 12:30 p.m. live salad making. But Brazil is an interesting place. I've never been there, but I know that it's like some 400 days it takes to reach. Yeah, well, if you were a cockroach, it would take that much days. Simple. You won't live that much. Man, humanity has changed because of travel. I'll tell you what it's called. I forgot. Yesterday I wrote it. It's some kind of a plasticity that's going on. They've recently discovered the fact that humans have moved from one geographical location to the other has changed the color of the skin. Otherwise, the skin color is like barely a centimeter. That's where all the melanin, is that right? Sorry, I have not, I'm not a doctor, I've not studied medicine. I just go around like a wild dog sniffing stuff, licking it up, putting it in my mouth and just coming here and giving you a taste of it. It's called truffle access. Bees do it all the time and you pay top dollar for that food. It's called honey. You've got to listen to this. Well, this is what this show is all about. Hopefully I will get your brain to do a little bit of a twirl. You've wondered why bees just come and go. They'll just come out of nowhere and just disappear. Have you noticed this? It's something which is very unique to bees. What is going on? I'll give you a second to think about this. Bees, they just come and they just go. What is going on? Bear with me. They oscillate and they pass through realms. They go from our realm to a different dimension, from where they pick up the pran, which is what they bring back into this realm, which is honey. That is why this honey doesn't get spoiled, because the bacteria of this realm can't eat it. I'll give you a second to digest this. Then I will tell you the real kicker of this. I don't know. I'm not saying you have to believe it. Just like science came to us and said, listen, this is how it is. Refraction, light bends, whole, seven colors. Seven colors? I don't think those are seven colors. It's more like 700 colors. But we believe there are only seven colors in a rainbow. It's the belief system. We have been taught to believe what we have heard and read. We have been not been taught to believe what we've experienced. That is where the doubt comes from. I'm experiencing something, but my teaching is teaching me. I'm so sorry if I'm trying. I don't. I Yes, maybe I do mean to rattle your cages so that the cobwebs can fall. But something about coffee and cockroaches. Do you know something about coffee and cockroaches? No, I don't. But I'm very curious to know what is up with them. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Cockroach is a very interesting animal, though. But I would. They're a very prehistoric animal. But tell me, Akshay. Very keen to know. Coffee and cockroaches. Interesting. I will go dig up the conspiracy. There must be some. हर चीज conspiracy नहीं है वो क्या है basically पता है if you hide one face if you hide an axis in a 3D you lose perspective. Wow, I should write this down. If you lose an axis you lose perspective. That depth, the concept of depth, how much time will it take for it to reach you? It is a computation that a batsman does when the ball is hurling towards him, whether he will swing or he'll duck. It's done by a almond sized part of the brain. So if you put a rod through your left ear and take it out the other, these two almonds will get pierced right in the center. They're called amygdalas. Amygdala. It's like a prehistoric part of our brain. That's actually the part which does this fight or flight thing. So it's called an amygdala hijack. You are not. I'm not making this up. This is crazy shit. Yeah, it's a hijack. It takes your motor controls out of you. It's an atonia. It's a stage called atonia. Atonia. It happens when you're sleeping, deep sleep. You are getting ripped by alligators. But from the outside, who is saying, "Wow, he's sleeping so calm." In your mind, you are like you're fighting alligators and five legs and hands, but your body is not moving. Because this part of the brain that's playing this audio visual film, it disconnects the wires. It's called an atonia. It's a situation that man, I can do this all day. You will be so amazed. This is the information that I started collecting when I went out looking. And as I started joining I'm like, hold on, why do these science guys think they know all answers? They don't know all answers. In fact, to be honest, they don't have any answers. They have built up models for something, 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 and come back to the same point saying you should eat this pill. Hey, listen, why do you want me to eat this pill? This pill is coming from something which is in nature. So let's just go out into the nature and get that. No, 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 no. You eat this pill. In fact, you eat the bigger pill. Bigger pill will not go down easy. So we should have, what is the maximum size that they can put down their esophagus? This is the size. I do this fighting with so many people who are now eating kaiben. The thing is, in my country, this plant is a taboo. It's an unfortunate part. All our coffee powders have FDA approved cockroaches in it because you can't separate them when storing. I have to pause and I must applaud the FDA. Brilliant. Well, I have no problems eating cockroaches, to be honest. They're a fantastic source of nutrition. But keratin is a very good protein. But I don't think that's the point that I'm more upset about. I'm more upset about the fact that they're charging me such top dollar for this then. Even though I get my coffee ground, the days I have cash, I grind my own coffee and have my own coffee like a king. The day I don't have cash, I don't have coffee. No, as I said, I don't make stuff up. This is not my call. This is how it works. Uh, Coming back, yes. So the story, Akshay, the story of food is shocking. But I don't think that's. See, food is so closely connected. I'm telling you, man, I went to the army to ask them, listen, I'll help you. Soldiers will never go hungry. The commander is telling me, soldiers don't go hungry. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right, man. No wonder you're not appreciating what I'm saying. When was the last time you went hungry? Because when you go hungry, your mind changes. I don't know if you know this. You should give this try it. In 100 hours of staying hungry, I have yet to achieve it. So I can't judge you. I've done 72 hours, 77 hours was the last. But I can't sustain. I mean, look at me now. This is the Diwali fun that's building up. I hope you guys had a good Diwali, all of you. Yeah. So, anyways, coming back, let's not deviate from the topic. This is not about trying to bash someone else, Akshay. I'm sure you appreciate it. My job is not to tell someone that they are doing a bad job. My job is to help us figure out solutions to the problems. The number one problem that's facing us today, plastics, number one. Even I don't know why. I'm fighting with somebody on LinkedIn who's telling me this plastic story is all made up. And I'm like, what do I, why would they make it up? He says because Greenpeace wants your green. It wants you to donate for these causes when these photographs are photoshopped of a turtle stuck in a plastic. Have you ever seen a turtle stuck in plastic? I'm like, yeah, sure, you could be right because let's face it, I mean, all the million years that I've been living next to the ocean trying to look at turtles, I've never seen a turtle in the water, yaar. Forget about being in plastic. But yes, I've seen a lot of plastic along beaches. So I'm pretty sure it's not like the beach only has plastic and there's no plastic inside. There is a lot. They're dumping crap too, truckloads of plastic. And it's not stopping. That is the worst part. Humanity is still growing. Our dependence on this, guys, if you don't know me, you must check this out. Go please check out something called Plastoline. There's this black dude somewhere in America who has come up with this idea of renewing plastic back and taking it into fuel, because he says it comes from fuel, you can take it back to fuel. So he's figured out some way of doing it. Go look at his channel, he's demonstrated it and it does work. He ran a car on that fuel that he made. I don't know, I've not read the cost economics of this. I don't know if it's cheaper, more expensive or whatnot. They've talked about a bacteria that's going to eat through plastics in the water. There is a lot of technology that's coming about. I'm talking about how do we leverage this. It's about the idea of having fun, bringing like-minded people together, creating together. The idea of creating together it has been lost. That is why we have forgotten everything. We are forgetting why we are here. We have brought this planet to a point where this planet is like, listen, please leave. How sad is that? Your guests want you to leave. I mean, you're an awful guest. This is such a beautiful planet. This is such a wonderful time. And you know, this is the time you can see the contrast. The contrast of humanity is so easily visible. You can meet someone, and I have been saying this repeatedly, and I repeat it to you also. Please, if this is within your control, please teach children the value of what we have, what we have been gifted with. This beautiful planet and the beautiful creatures and this whole, I eat meat. So I'm not trying to say I'm a hero or something. I am part of the food system. That's why I eat meat. It's not like it's like switching on the power. If I don't use the power, it's not like I'm saving power. I'm saving my bill, but the inefficiency in the system is not going to go. That's part of progress. That's part of building something together. But it can be reduced. Its impact can be reduced. And I will leave you with this. The hemp fiber. Sorry, I have to bring this out. You should know. This plant, Cannabis sativa, it's hemp, it's fiber. So it has three parts to it. It's called a bast, B-A-S-T, and it's got a hurd. The hurd is this solid-like structure. I'll break it up and I'll show it to you. I have sample pieces. And the bast, when you strip it out, when you get these thin fiber-like strips, this is 6 times stronger than steel. You're hearing what I'm saying? 6 times stronger than steel. There's only one company in the world that owns the license. If I forget, I think it's a patent that they have for the harvester that will harvest this plant. Because if you try any other harvester, its blade will go. You'll have to resharpen the blade within like 100 meters of chopping sites. It grows within 4 months. It's ready to be harvested like paper. Don't you remember when we were kids, we had this, not kids, at least till adolescence, this whole music had started. Save paper, save trees. Where is it gone? I don't see there is any shortage of paper on this planet. In fact, if anything, paper has improved in quality and the costs have dropped. What's going on? This is that paper. So China has picked this up because this grows on both sides of the hill. So China has really, because they're smart governance, right? That's what, see, generals, governors, these people can see into the future. That's why they have become generals, governors. When kachra gets stuck on the pipe, you had it. Yes, Alexandria had a beautiful way of sorting these problems out. It was Cleopatra's own personal favorite of solving problems. Behead them. Corruption was beheaded. You were chopped if you were found. And that was relative. It's pretty easy. You can easily spoof the system to figure out. I mean, you would have done it, I'm sure. You will catch people who are corrupt very easily. If you confront them, half of them will give up. You will not get your work done. Sure, that's how we were when we were kids. This was the underlying thinking. Just follow the laws. That is the amount of bribery you have to give. That's how you will get your car license number. There was some level of corruption which was assumed, and it doesn't happen in the army though. I don't think it happens. Well, there are off and on cases, but I'm saying the soldier mindset doesn't think like that. And that's similarly, a farmer mindset doesn't think like that. That's the reason why they're used together. No, Jawan and Kisan is a phrase that is used together because it's X factor. You need some level of bloody freaky. It's called freakiness, craziness, ultra loyalty. I don't know what you want to call it, but there is a passion component, which is the sense of surrender to the benefit of something. No other animal grows food for other animals. He will steal that other animal's food. It's wild. It's called wild. Anywho, I look forward to chatting again with you tomorrow, 12:30. I'll have a salad for you, surely. See why.